Balance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in
I'm only soft when I like somebody. The rest of y'all get this gangster shit, bitch.
Important, as you have heard from so many incredible leaders, for us at every moment in time, and certainly this one, to see the moment in time in which we exist and are present, and to be able to contextualize it, to understand where we exist in the history and in the moment as it relates not only to the past but the future.
Michelle Obama, Barack Obama was at the DNC on the same shit. Barack just walking across stage, smiling. Oh, I'm fired up. You fired up? Well, shit, we tired. I'm fucking glad to know that you having a good day, because I think I speak for everybody when I say we ain't having no good day. It ain't shit to be fired up about. Talking about some, come on, guys, do the right thing. Do the right thing? Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. You want to know what the fuck the right thing is? Lowering these damn gas prices. Lowering these groceries. Even that overseas bullshit alone. Helping our veterans. Helping our children. Taking care of this country first. And as far as I'm concerned, Trump is the only one talking about it. And of course, it was only a matter of time until she brought up Trump. Oh, Trump, he don't like us because we're highly educated black folks. Pimp, and said y'all don't need to beg us, and gave them unlimited funds. Some shit that they was begging your husband for. How dare you all get on this stage? Give these preposterous speeches. A box of udon and noodles is $20 fucking. We don't give a shit about what you talking about. God, man. Unbelievable. I'm mad, man, because it doesn't need to be like this. It does not need to be like this. This is silly.
Tell them who you are. Don't ever carry as a personal burden your capacity to do whatever you dream and aspire to do based on other people's limited ability to see who can do what. We have to know that sometimes people will open the door for you and leave it open. Sometimes they won't. And then you need to kick that door down.
President, because stupid niggas was getting money too, and the stimulus check came out. You know what I'm saying? Oh.
So you said life was different when Trump was
life was good when Trump was president, and not only that, it get deeper, bro. Trump was trying to start the sex trafficking. That's why they don't want him to be president. I help kids involved in sex trafficking. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to start the sex trafficking. People don't look. Y'all gotta think deep, bro. Y'all gotta stop being stupid, bro.
Plan International, you know, we help advocate for kids that's been sex trafficked, you know what I'm saying? Also organ harvesting and early childhood marriages, man. Y'all check us out, planusa.org, all right? We got the hats, we got the shirts, you know what I'm saying? This is not a part of the plan, but you know, check us out. Already.
So this is the truth about what really happened at the Trump rally in Atlanta yesterday. That same rally that they told you that couldn't get filled up, that there was barely anyone in attendance when there were 30 to 40,000 people literally standing in line. This is what America has to say, and this is why they're trying to censor the things that we're saying. So you guys stay on the lookout. When you see this video, make sure you save it just in case it gets censored.
Harris always in her rally always just talking about Trump. I'm like, bro, get it, like he's your rival, we get it. But the people need like solutions, bro. We need more policies talked about. We don't want to hear every 24/7 Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, Trump is weird, Trump is this and that. When you're being weird, you're acting weird. Your main focus is Trump when your main focus should be on American well-being. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's so mind-boggling, bro. And then freaking Barack Obama gonna go do the same thing, talk about Trump. I'm like, bro, talk about what we need as a nation, bro. How can you help solve the problems that we have going on right now as an economy? Those are the things I want to hear. I don't want to hear Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, Trump that, Trump that. Come on, bro.
Lower prices for you and your families. Now compare what Donald Trump plans to do. He wants to impose what is, in effect, a national sales tax on everyday products and basic necessities that we import from other countries. That will devastate Americans. It will mean higher prices on just about every one of your daily needs. A Trump tax on gas, a Trump tax on food, a Trump tax on clothing, a Trump tax on over-the-counter medication. And you know, economists have done the math. Donald Trump's plan would cost a typical family $3,900 a year.
Everything Kamala Harris says in her speeches is a lie. You know, she gets up and just lies. I was watching her yesterday. She talked about all the taxes I was going to raise. I never said that. I'm lowering taxes. Yesterday she got up. She started ranting and raving that Donald Trump wants to put a tax on gasoline, a tax on food, a tax on medication, a tax on clothing, a tax on every single thing that was ever invented. Your hat he's going to tax. Your shirt he's going to tax. He's going to tax your wife. He's going to tax your husband. And I'm saying, I never said any of that. They make it up. I mean, here's the truth. Kamala wants to put massive taxes on American jobs and American industries. I want to cut taxes on Americans while putting tariffs on China and foreign countries to bring our jobs back home to Pennsylvania and to take in billions and billions of dollars. You know, I'm the only one that ever took in any money from China. China was really hitting us hard, ripping us apart. That means many, many presidents. And what happened is I put a tariff on, then I raised the tariff. We took in hundreds of billions of dollars from China. And Biden can't, it's so much money, he's trying to rescind it for a couple of reasons. Number one, he got a lot of money from China. Didn't he get 3.5 million, 4 million? That they know of. But he got a lot more than that. His family made a lot of money with China. He wants to get rid of the tariff, but he can't because there's so much money they can't do anything with the budget. A tariff is a tax on a foreign country. That's the way it is, whether you like it or not. A lot of people like to say, oh, it's a tax on us. No. It's a tax on a foreign country. It's a tax on a country that's ripping us off and stealing our jobs. And it's a tax that doesn't affect our country. And you could see hundreds of billions of dollars of tariffs on other countries also. I took in hundreds of billions, and nothing happened to us. They make less money. And you know what? Our jobs come back because there's no tax if they build their factory in Pennsylvania. There's no tax if they build their factory in the United States. So what do? In order to avoid paying the tax, they say, let's build a place over here. No tax. Come on over. We love it. Just hire up people. That's all you have to do. It's very simple.
Vote for Trump. I go for Donald Trump. Me too. I go for Trump.
Who are you voting for in 2024?
Trump too.
And why is that, ma'am?
He the best president ever.
Has Barack Obama done anything for around here and these?
He never did anything since he been in office.
Yeah.
And I'm glad he out. Trump the best.
Barack Obama? Man, I ain't got no message to him. I don't mess with Barack Obama.
Yeah.
No, I'm a Trump supporter. Trump do more for black people and care more about black people. And Barack Obama ain't black. Just to let that be known.
All right. What about Kamala Harris?
I don't with her either.
Yeah.
All Trump. Trump all day.
Yeah. What's your message to Donald Trump today?
Keep going. Keep going. Come get us, man. We waiting on you.
I'm a Trump supporter, man. We gonna keep this going. Trump, he a real businessman. I'm a real Republican, man. I want Trump back in office second term.
What would be your message to Barack Obama?
I don't know, pump some money in here. Pump some money like Trump, you know?
Your message to Donald Trump?
Come on, man, get us to the Super Bowl, bro. Make America great, man. That's all I can say. Make America great.
Everyone's so friendly around here.
Yeah.
Everyone's so friendly around here.
Hire me, you need diversity. I'm supposed to be interviewing people.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be somewhere chilling.
I need chain game. Like this.
Have
Here we
me
go.
in the
Watch.
building.
Here we go.
What's up, my
Who
guy?
we need up in there? Who we finna let drop a bag in the hood? Who we want to get the bag
Man,
back
y'all,
going in the
hey,
hood?
y'all know we gonna need Trump in that joint. Y'all
You
know
ain't
we
gonna
gonna need
find a
Trump in
soul
that joint.
around here that ain't gonna take Trump.
Y'all gotta dig what's going on, man.
Yeah, I'm taking over Benny Show, man. It's Odie, man. I'm a YouTuber, man. Y'all get at me, man. But everything Trump over on this side of town. I ain't gonna lie to you. You can go everywhere. You see how dry this motherfucker is? We need Trump, boy. Whatever it's gonna do to make this flow back, man. Get it up. Let's get it going immediately, man.
And it really isn't a revision. It's a total lie. Total lie. There's never been any revision like this. They wanted it to come out after the election, but somehow it got leaked. It got leaked. Government leaks too. The Harris-Biden administration has been caught fraudulently manipulating job statistics to hide the true extent of the economic ruin that they've inflicted on America. The new data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics shows that the administration padded the numbers with an extra, listen to this one, 818,000 jobs that don't exist. So they said they existed, and they never did exist. They built them up so that they could say what a wonderful job they're doing. No, we've never had numbers like this. They don't exist. They thought they could do it sometime after, we have an election coming up very quickly, but they wanted this to come out after November 5th when it wouldn't have meant so much, but it came out a little early, so there's a patriot in there someplace, right? The real numbers are much
today, including the students and instructors here at Wake Tech North. So thank you all. So listen, this election, I do strongly believe, is about two very different visions for our nation. One, ours, focused on the future, and the other, focused on the past. We see that contrast clearly in many ways, including when it comes to how we think about the economy. So our country has come a long way since President Biden and I took office. At that time, we sadly remember the millions of Americans that were out of work. We were facing one of the worst economic crises in modern history. And today, by virtually every measure, our economy is the strongest in the world. We have created 16 million new jobs. We've made historic investments in infrastructure, in chips manufacturing, in clean energy. And new numbers this week alone show that inflation is down under 3%.
I'm Laverne Spicer, and I watched the DNC convention the other night, and I was watching the Obamas. I watched Obama and Michelle make their great speech. And I was thinking the whole time, the first time he got elected to office, we, the black people, were so excited to have a black president in office. But you know what? We're not going to be fooled. Obama, you fooled us one time. And one time only. We're not going for that same old bullshit again. Not this time around. Last time we listened to your speech and Michelle's speech, and we just thought y'all was going to do so much to help us. And y'all didn't do a motherfucking thing to help the black people. Yeah, you helped the trans movement, and you helped the others. But you did nothing to help we, the black people. So I don't know why you think we gonna listen to your bullshit this time around and be fooled. No, that's not gonna happen. Now, especially with that lying ass hyena fucking Harris, okay? So we're sitting back watching. We see all of these illegals that are coming into this country that you all are taking care of. In Chicago, they're getting $15,000 for food stamps, $5,000 for cash assistance. In California, they're going to start giving out $300 million worth of homeowner loans, of course, to illegals. In New York, $5,000 a month for the illegals, $10,000 a month for them to stay in luxury hotels while our veterans are sleeping on the streets. A lot of seniors are homeless, sleeping on the streets. But y'all catering to these motherfuckers that's coming across this goddamn border. And y'all think we're gonna vote for y'all because y'all went and paid some fucking rappers and comedians and everybody else that's shaking their ass and dancing over there at that damn in that Democratic National Party. Let me say this to you. Black people, take a look at your fucking neighborhoods. You should be tired of that shit. You should be tired of it. You can't get no home loans. You can't get a car loan. You can't even open up your own fucking business. Okay? But when you ask for assistance or funds, it's never available for you. But look how they just passing the money out to these new illegals that they are using to replace us. They're using them to replace us. They're using them to replace we the people. And it was kind of strange how at that DNC, National, whatever the fuck it was, you want to call that shit. Let me tell you something. You had all them Palestinians out there burning their flags, right? But why was the police there? Because the Democrats, weren't y'all the ones pushing to defund the police just a couple of years ago? Now all of a sudden you need them? So what the fuck are y'all doing? What are you doing? And people, Kamala made it clear. She said, I'm not going to do anything for the black people. And y'all think that heifer didn't mean that? Yes, she did. Yes, she did. So if you go and vote for her and you supporting that party that's not doing anything for the black people and have not done anything for the black people but totally ruined our fucking communities. If y'all go and support them this time around and y'all shit get fucked up worse, you can only blame your motherfucking self. You can only blame your motherfucking self this time around, okay?
Next. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you. So all of this is part of the work of this group of extraordinary leaders who will help inform and advise how we think about our work. Everything is in context. My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes. A loaf of bread costs 50% more today than it did before the pandemic. Ground beef is up almost 50%.
I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this message.
A loaf of bread costs 50% more today than it did before the pandemic.
Dozens of people as authors, editors, contributors. Donald Trump is not among them. Listen to this claim from Congresswoman Lisa Blunt Rochester of Delaware about Project 2025 and former President Trump.
He has, with his friends, said the quiet parts out loud, but not only said them out loud, he wrote a book about it. What's it called? Project 2025.
That is false. Trump did not write Project 2025. The project's big policy document published by the Heritage Foundation think tank lists dozens of people as authors, editors, contributors. Donald Trump is not among them.
He's running on the Maduro plan. We call it the Maduro plan, like something straight out of Venezuela or the Soviet Union. This announcement is an admission that her economic policies have totally failed and caused really a catastrophe for our country, and beyond that, a catastrophe in the world.
Project 2025. Have you heard of Agenda 47? Say what? Agenda 47. Nah. It's the actual platform that Trump is going to push when he becomes president. It's listed on his official campaign website. Project 2025 is not to be found there. Matter of fact, Project 2025 was created by a conservative think tank named the Heritage Foundation. It's supposed to make it illegal to be homeless. Has nothing to do with Trump. Trump has neither endorsed nor supported this platform. He has his own. But I saw on BET. I don't care what any Hollywood elite or BET Awards show hosted by Taraji P. Henson have told you about Project 2025. It is not a talking point of President Trump's campaign, nor is it something that he's interested in. It's just another tool to fearmonger you and to just continue to vote for the same people over and over again and never breaking the cycle of chaos that we see within the black community. Once again, just look at the decades long of Democrat control over black cities.
Uncle Tom.
It makes sense, man. But listen, do you? Be mad at what you want to be mad at, but you ain't mad at Trump.
Man, shut up.
You ever seen a document that could kill a small animal and democracy at the same time? Here it is. You know how when you download an app and there are hundreds of pages there that you don't read, it's just the terms and conditions, and you just click agree, right? Well, these are the terms and conditions of a second Trump presidency. You vote for him, you vote for all of this. Let's take a look.
Threw a rag in his pocket and start calling it bumped, and he was. And you know, the other side's going around trying to make me sound extreme, like I'm an extremist. I'm not. I'm a person with great common sense. I'm not an extremist at all. Like some on the right, severe right, came up with this Project 25, and I don't even know. I mean, some of them I know who they are, but they're very, very conservative, just like you have. They're sort of the opposite of the radical left, okay? You have the radical left and you have the radical right, and they come up with this, I don't know what the hell it is, it's Project 25. He's involved in Project, and then they read some of the things, and they are extreme. I mean, they're seriously extreme. But I don't know anything about it. I don't want to know anything about it. But what they do is misinformation and disinformation.
We are witnessing in real time a Planned Parenthood bus at the DNC in Chicago providing abortions to a predominantly black community. As you can see, black women getting on and off of this bus during this small clip. And this is from the party that says Black Lives Matter. Well, apparently Black Lives Matter until a black woman gets pregnant. Again, like I said, none of these at the border. Human sacrifice at the DNC.
None of this jury on my arm.
My father didn't aspire to be wealthy. In fact, they were suspicious of folks who took more than they needed.
Harris was here right now, what would you tell her?
You're cooked. You were in charge of the border for the past 3 years, and where have you been? I don't even think you ever went. All I see you at is rallies with Megan Thee Stallion twerking out to vote, saying that you're going to get the economy in place, but you've had the past 3 years to do it. You literally aren't doing anything. I want to also tell you this, you're not black, you're Indian, and for you to try and sit here and pander depending on what election year it is and who it is that you're talking to is outrageous. You're going to Georgia, you're going to Atlanta, and you're changing the way that you speak because you think that people are dumb enough to not see through that bullshit. You've destroyed our economy, you've destroyed our border. You are literally the softest person on crime that I've ever met, supporting defunding the police, raising money for BLM, violent rioters and looters in 2020. You are dangerously liberal. You are far left. You are the sole reason that our country is being destroyed. Joe Biden has no idea what's going on, and you've been the VP. You've been pulling the puppet strings associated with the donors and the bureaucrats and this small group of people that want to destroy our country. So Kamala, I would tell you, give it up. You're cooked. There's no chance you win unless you try and rig the election again, but you can't because there's too much support now. Trump is going to win, and he's really the only chance we have at saving our country. I'm going to be voting for the first time ever. Everyone watching this should vote. Make sure you make your voices heard, and go Trump 2024.
My name is Antoine Gist. I'm from Southwest Philadelphia. I voted for Donald Trump not once, but twice. This will be the second time I'm voting for Donald Trump. And I'm a born Democrat, left the Democratic Party all day, MAGA 2020-24.
Explain your shirt to me, my brother.
All right, so you got Donald Trump, AI, stepping over Tyrone Lue, a.k.a. Sleepy Joe, in the finals. Everybody remembers that right there.
Philly bringing that drip for Trump.
You got
What
it.
you think about Black Lives Matter?
Oh, Black Lives Matter is a scam, total scam. If anybody who read the writing, their initial statement that they were a Marxist group that were sent to separate the nuclear family. And as black people, we don't want that. We don't need that.
Unity, baby.
We need strong families. We need strong fathers.
Unity.
Peace. Unity.
Have you ever met Kamala Harris?
No, we've never had any contact with her.
Has anybody that you work with ever had meetings with her?
None of us. She made her one trip to the border in El Paso a few years ago. I'm sure she met with some agents there, but none of us in our organization, never.
What do you think about the administration saying, well, now the Harris campaign, now saying that it's the Republicans' fault that you had so many illegal aliens come into this country over the last 3.5 years?
It doesn't make any sense. If the White House had literally just done nothing when Joe Biden's administration began, left in place the Trump policies, we wouldn't be sitting here. But instead, like you said, they ended a bunch of policies, some executive orders, and then they basically opened the door for the world to show up at the southwest border to enter illegally and to abuse the asylum system.
Okay, so since I have so many Christians in my comment section asking me how I can vote for Trump, I have a question for y'all Christian Democrats, okay? How in the world do you find it acceptable that at the Democratic National Convention, they have a mobile clinic? Can someone do me a solid and answer that, okay? Y'all keyboard warriors have no issue coming in the comments on my other videos, so I'm gonna need y'all to show up on this one because asking for a friend and myself, everybody, your grandma, your mother, all of them. Like, how are we thinking that this is okay? And also, how can we justify a candidate that is like one of the main things that they speak about and hype up? I am so genuinely curious because you guys come in my comments and say things like, oh, well, Trump is a racist and I don't even know. You guys just make up crazy stuff that the media brainwashes you to believe. But it's like, Trump was already our president, you guys. All the black people did not get put into slave camps. What are y'all talking about? If anything, do you know how many black colleges that he rescued, that he literally funded and pulled them out of going under? Like, do you know all of the things that he's actually done for the African American community? Do you want to know what's truly racist? And I'm like feeling amped up on this one. Do you want to know what's racist? Kamala talks black, right? Which that in itself is racist. She changes her voice around people. That is like such a slap in the face, you guys. Like, I literally can't. So, I'm inviting you guys in the comment section this time. Go ahead, go for it. Let me know how in the world are you standing for this? Okay, go.
In Orlando, Florida, 49 wonderful Americans were savagely murdered by an Islamic terrorist. This time, the terrorist targeted LGBTQ community. No good, and we're going to stop it. As your president, I will do everything in my power to protect our LGBTQ citizens from the violence and oppression of a hateful foreign ideology. Believe me. And I have to say, as a Republican, it is so nice to hear you cheering for what I just said. Thank you.
Trump was a businessman.
Yes,
he was not a politician.
Businessman.
Trump is the first president in American history, and you can go Google it, that ever taxed the 10%ers. People that's making over $250,000. He's the first president to ever go into the UN and call out every country that owed a debt to America.
That's a fact.
You're not getting nothing else until China, give us our money. Germany. So when he affected white America, they start crying. It had nothing to do with nappy heads. If Trump had wanted to, do you realize he done financed and helped most of the black rappers, Puffy and all of them in New York when his businesses just wanted to be around blacks? But he never called a black out during his presidency, huh?
Thank you. Trump 2024.
It's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. And I think you said that has him in check, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning? Because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number of the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. So we'll see, but the whole concept of the light, the way it kills it in 1 minute, that's...
Michelle and Barack Obama made me sick last night. They sat there and race baited and made it a racial thing. I'm sick of identity politics and the DNC and the Democratic Party trying to keep blacks on the Democratic plantation using these black pawns, Barack and Michelle, who are millionaires while illegals destroy our communities. Venezuelan gangs take over Chicago, where they're from. How dare you, Barack Obama and Michelle, sit there and play the race game while Venezuelan gangs are taking over the city that made you president and made you first lady. How dare you, Barack Obama, sit there and lecture us about the rich when you live in Martha's Vineyard now and you don't have to deal with illegals in your children.
They put them into planes, they take them out. The countries wouldn't take them back under President Obama. And I said, really, they're not going to take them back? Well, if they're not going to take them back, I'm going to stop paying them. I said, how much money do we pay these countries? El Salvador, Honduras, Guatemala, and others. I said, how much money do we pay? $750 million. I said, good, inform them we're not paying them anymore. And the following morning, I got calls from all of these countries. Sir, there must be a misunderstanding. We would love to take them back. We would love to have MS-13. We would love to have MS-13 back in our country. It would be a great honor to have them back. And, you know, before we get too far, and we're almost finished, but before we get too far, I want to tell you that we have criminals from all over the world pouring into our country right now. Your job will never be obsolete, you know? It will never be obsolete, unfortunately. It would be nice if we could have peace, but we're not going to have peace. and this is something we're going to have to live with for a long time. She has allowed millions of people, open border, to flow into our country totally unchecked, totally unvetted, and they come from jails and prisons, slightly different. They come from mental institutions, all over the world. This isn't just in South America. People think it's South America.
Qualified to become the next president of the United States.
She's not. She didn't go through the voting process. They scared of the system, but I was all by design.
So how do you think it's even possible that she is now running for president when she wasn't even voted in to be the electoral?
Good question. Because
to be the person.
Because it's part of prophecy. If you look at like Egyptian, Kamala means lotus flower. Out of the lotus flower comes the sun god Ra. So what she's going to bring what he wanted. Back in the day, the sun god, along with Akhenaten, they were the rulers of the dynasty back in the day. They're going to bring economic doom because what you have to do, you have to destroy it before you rebuild it. They're gradually doing it now. That's why they got to have these conventions, because they need you to make a covenant with them and be in agreement with them to move forward. That's all this is. It's an exercise to participate in your own doom.
Okay.
This whole system was not built for American citizens. It was built for secret groups to run it. And they're running it. And allegedly Kamala and all them, they're part of it.
The bus has Wi-Fi and even USB outlets next to every seat. I mean, come on, imagine. You can charge your phone on your way home from work. That's good stuff.
Starting the day I take the oath of office, I will rapidly drive prices down and we will make America affordable again. We're going to make it affordable again. Under Kamala Harris and crooked Joe Biden, the American dream was dead, and it is dead. It's dead as a doornail. They'll never bring it back unless we win. If we win, we're going to have the American dream alive, all for your beautiful children, your grandchildren. We'll have the American dream. We'll be back with us. But crazy Bernie Sanders has said a lot of things, and one of the things he's arguing about is who's more liberal. And after about 2 minutes, he gave up. He said, this woman is nuts. Look, people say, be nice. Have you heard her laugh? That is the laugh of a crazy person. That is the laugh of a crazy. It's the laugh of a lunatic. Viktor Orban of Hungary, Prime Minister of Hungary, they asked him pretty recently, they said, what's going on? The world is coming to an end. He said, if you want to stop it, re-elect the United States, re-elect Donald Trump, because when he was there, we didn't have any problems. We didn't have problems. Russia wouldn't have happened with Ukraine. Israel would have never been attacked on October 7th, never.
Why does the black community keep voting for Democrats when Democrats have abandoned the black community for 50 years? Sir? Why would the black community continue to vote for the Democrats when Democrats have abandoned the black community for 50 years? Nothing? Nothing? That's the question. Why would the black community abandoned when they've been abandoned by Democrats for over 50 years? Well, really since the beginning.
I'm saying, I got ready for Trump, you know what I'm saying? I'm with the red team anyway, all across the board, if you know what I mean. So, like, I always with Trump. I did when I was a kid. I like when he used to talk crazy, the Rosie O'Donnell, all that. I always liked Trump.
Right.
Can't tell me what he did wrong to black people. You niggas are brainwashed and stupid. I still don't know what is y'all talking about. Don't talk about that old Central Park, because everybody thought them did it.
Right.
They got off, okay, sorry, it happens in life. That, what else can you name? You know what I'm saying? They really can't. You dumb. So, like, Kamala Harris, who? Like, I didn't know this whole 4 years she did nothing good.
Right.
I'm rolling with the red team, man.
Come on, man.
And my took a bullet and stood up and said, fight on.
Right.
Who's doing that? It could have been a whole SWAT team knocking them down from up there. That nigga took the bullet here and looked at it and said, fight on. Man, who's doing that?
Come on, man.
That's ready for war.
Yeah. Well, you know, I say Trump is probably the most blackest president ever.
Always
Let me tell
been.
you
It's
why.
definitely blocking a Barack Obama white ass.
Come on, man. My nigga got baby mama problems.
Come on, champ.
Come on, man. He got shot.
Come on, man. What else?
Come on,
big
man.
felon too now.
Went to jail.
Come on now.
Is that not the blackest
Paid off
president?
paid off the You know what I'm saying? Stood in the pussy, get paid for the and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Free Kodak. Yeah,
Free
Wayne.
numerous.
Come on, man.
Pardon Wayne.
Come on, man.
Free Yak.
Hey, man, I'm for Trump, man. Shout out Trump.
Yeah.
Kamala, what do you think? Trump or Kamala Harris?
Oh, God, it's Kamala, definitely.
Yes?
1,000%.
Yes?
Yeah, absolutely.
What's your favorite thing Kamala's done in the last 4 years?
Honestly?
Yeah.
Actually, don't use this.
Oh, Kamala. Kamala
Harris.
Yeah,
Yes.
Kamala.
Kamala, why?
Well, she's honestly, I don't know.
Okay,
She
well,
does a lot more.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm not super knowledgeable, so I can't really speak too much on it.
Because Trump sucks ass.
Yeah, pretty much same thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Trump or Kamala, what do you think? Yeah. Do you know who Tim Walz is?
Who is he?
Is it? I mean, I'm asking the same question, right?
I've been doing my research lately.
Yeah.
So I ain't 100% yet, so I can't answer that yet.
Yeah. Trump or Kamala?
Kamala's she's the one.
What's your favorite thing about the last 4 years that Kamala Harris has been vice president?
She wasn't the president. If she was the president, then I could comment on that. But she wasn't the president.
She was vice president.
Vice president.
Kamala, of course. That's a no-brainer.
All right.
She's a woman. She's a woman.
Yes. How's it been selling? Good?
I don't know. We just had a bunch of police that told us to burn our shirts.
In the contract.
The damn Democrats at the DNC are crazy as hell, shouting they're not going back. Hell no, I don't want to go back to open borders, high food prices, high gas prices, high inflation, high interest rate, can't even buy a damn home. Why? I don't want to go back, Kamala. That's why I'm not voting for you. I'm voting for Donald Trump. And who in the hell had the agility or the stamina to stay up all night and to listen to Joe Biden? Joe Biden and all his damn lies. That's all he did was lie, and scream. It's more louder than I'm screaming right now. Man, I got to give y'all props if y'all stayed up to watch Joe Biden. I thought that he might throw down and say something against the Democrats for orchestrating a coup against him, but no, he stayed on script, lying about Donald Trump and his lying ass. I'm tired of Joe Biden. I'm tired of Kamala.
Voting for president, obviously, and she's still vice president.
0 votes in the primary.
And how is
Crazy how that works.
How do you think that's possible that she was suddenly just became the next best person to become president when she was the most unpopular vice president?
Well, because if they took it to an open convention, there's 0 chance she would have won. The only way to keep all the money they had raised this far was to install Kamala. So you saw it happen over a weekend. I mean, prior, MSNBC, CNBC, CNN are all talking about how Kamala has got the worst approval ratings of any VP in history. They're talking about how Biden can get her off the ticket. And then all of a sudden, she's the savior of the country. Like, give me a fucking break, dude. She's been the nominee for 28 days, hasn't done a single press conference, hasn't talked about policy. The 2 things that she's announced is no tax on tips, which Trump already said, and then J.D. Vance talked about a $5,000 child credit. Now Kamala's proposing a $6,000 one. Crazy.
Do you think she'll take control of the border finally once she becomes president, or do you think it's just going to get worse?
No, it's only going to get worse. It's just lip service. She's been the border czar. She didn't do shit for it. She wants to let as many illegals in to give them pathway to citizenship so they can vote. They're all going to vote Democrat. They're giving them free phones, free health care, free education, free money. Why would they not vote for Democrats?
What do you guys think about Kamala?
It'll be cool. She's terrible. If she comes into office, it will be done.
It'll be cool to see a female black, she's half black, not fully black, but it'll be cool to see a black president,
Western Indian,
female black president, but I'm definitely voting for Trump.
Let me tell you something. She tries to get the black vote. Because if you look at her past things, and maybe 10, 15 years ago, when she's in interviews, she identifies as West Indian.
She does.
The only way that she's identified as African American is right now. Right now. Because she wants the voters. But she doesn't give a fuck. Because where was she at in these past 4 years if she's vice president? What has she done for us?
She have not
Can
done
you
shit.
say one thing that
I didn't even know she was the vice president.
Can we say what she has done? Let's go, Trump. And I am going to stand on Trump, and I'm so sorry if that may ruffle people's feathers, but I have done my own research, and Trump has done a lot for us, more than what the media tries to portray. They're getting all our favorite rappers. They're having Megan Thee Stallion twerk and all of that to gain, because they think that that's going to make us vote for them, and that's not. And that never got my vote. And that will never get my vote. And I'm going to stand on that. Twerking did not get my vote. Meg Thee Stallion. First off, the song that she was even saying is very
I have my choice. In my perfect world, every Republican is out of the country and all the immigrants come in. That's what I want. It's never going to happen.
She, her, hers. I'm a proud resident of the Garden State. I'm proud to stand with Kamala Harris and Tim Walz because they stand with the LGBTQ community. It's time to turn the page on Trump. Thank you.
We vote for Kamala Harris only because she's black. Are you dumb? Now, on this one, I wouldn't necessarily say I hate you. But if you vote for Kamala Harris, I don't like you. I hate people that don't understand the difference in strength of a woman and a man and thinks that it's okay for those two to engage in battles. Are you dumb? What if that was your mom or your sister? Are you dumb? I also hate people who thinks it's okay to take away our firearms. I also hate people who try to cry and say all conservatives and all Republicans are racist. Are there some people that are like that? Hell yeah. Are there some people like that that are Democrats? Hell yeah. But see, that's the funny thing. The Democrats are pimping and pandering, acting like they're not, but really they're the racist ones. Are you dumb? I hate people who are choosing to purposely ignore Kamala Harris's record in regards to black men. Fuck out of here. I hate people who thinks it's okay to put gender role information inside of children's libraries. Y'all losing y'all damn mind.
I know I can be a day late and $1 short, but somebody tell me what the heck is going on.
And eliminate taxes on tips for service and hospitality workers.
So not only has Kamala Harris VP pick Tim Walz been accused of stolen valor, she's stealing President Donald Trump's campaign. No tax on tips.
No tax on tips. No tax on tips. No tax on tips. Eliminate taxes on tips for restaurant workers and hospitality workers and anyone else relying on tips. No more taxes on tips. No taxes on tips. None.
I don't even have words for this. I guess all I can say is what David Harris Jr. says all the time. Are you kidding me?
Ahead will not be easy, which brings me to you know who. Donald Trump is like an old boyfriend who you broke up with, but he just won't go away. He has spent the last 4 years spinning the block, trying to get back into a relationship with the American people. Bro, we broke up with you for a reason.
I don't know the exact terminology, but not Uncle Tom, but Uncle Tommy, or you were a complete sellout.
First of all, it sounded like that was a non-black person telling me that. So as a Democrat, that sounds pretty racial and pretty divisive. Next, it's very interesting that I, again, would be called names or be compared to fictional characters because of who I choose to support. Again, these people who are calling and making these derogatory statements about me, who I choose to support, are denying the fact that, again, who are you to tell me that my personal experience is invalid? I think that that's something that a lot of Democrats need to look within, because how have you tried? Kamala Harris is in office right now and has not tried to do anything about the border, has not tried to not tax people on tips, and has not tried to do anything about our failing education system. So everything that she's promising she can do for you on day one, she could do right now, but she's not trying to. So that's something to, for some Dems to take home. So are you telling me that with all the black wealth that exists here in Atlanta, with all the black millionaires that live here in Atlanta, why in the world do 92% of APS students are illiterate? Make it make sense. And we have Democratic mayors, we have Democratic city council members, we have Democratic commissioners, and for whatever reason, 92% of the kids here cannot read. That statistic did not exist in Nevada. So again, I don't know if it was the fact that I got lucky. I can't say that, oh my God, it's the teachers that suck out here. I would never demean our educators here in Atlanta. But what we can acknowledge is the numbers, sir. And so while you want to call me not smart, please tell me what your side has done to fix the illiteracy rate that we see in our black children. Absolutely nothing. And in fact, not only have they not done anything to address the illiteracy issue, but then they're further confusing their kids by confusing your kids by telling them that men can give birth, by telling them that there's 53 genders, and that by telling them that your love for your best friend must mean that you are gay, you are a pansexual, asexual. Kids under the age of anything high school should not be thinking anything sexual, period. Sexual should not even be in their vocabulary. So for you to say that I'm not smart because I'm willing to call out all of the degeneracy that exists within our current education system only points to your lack of intelligence and your lack of initiative to actually do something in regards to saving our children and saving our schools.